everyone, welcome to Slipjoint Sawyer. Today we're going to be doing a response to John over at Thrifty Kniffy's open tag, and that is Super SAK Saturday. Before I jump into that though, I just want to say this week, so Sunday, what date are we, the 28th, the Slipjoint Thrifty show won't be going on due to some unforeseen circumstances. John's having some connection issues with his Wi-Fi, so we don't want to do a show where he's going to be bugging in and out, because we've planned a really good one. So please come and join us on the 4th, same time, so a week from Sunday, we'll be doing that show, and it's going to be all about buck knives and the history of buck. So I hope you guys can make that, and again, apologise this week won't be on. But yeah, jumping onto it, Super SAK Saturday, so we're going to be looking at a Swiss Army knife. One we're looking at is a Swiss Army 7, and it comes in the standard style silver box. You can see we've got the information all around the box there. I have the label on the back, so you've got made in Switzerland. The model number we're looking at is 0.8150.26, and that is the Swiss Army 7. So inside the box you obviously get the knife and then the standard sort of literature you get in there with just some cleaning instructions and bits and pieces on how you can use the tools and how to look after the knife. Pretty standard on most Victorinox models really, unless it's the single blade you will get that sort of stuff. But we'll just pop that to one side and take a look at the knife. So here it is, the Swiss Army 7. As you can see, it's an ALOX model, so it's 93mm, and that equates to 3.75 inches closed. We have these pressed aluminium ALOX scales. You can see we have the nickel silver pins all throughout. It looks like they are all still nickel silver in this one. The newer ones do have the steel pin in the middle, but this one looks to be the same as the outer two. You can see we've got the Victorinox shield in there as well, nicely inlaid with the red colouring in there. Makes it stand out and pop that a little bit nicer. Really grippy. I do love the ALOX. They do provide excellent sort of durability and grip. These things can really take a beating without having to worry too much about them. You can see it's a 3-layer design. Excellent fit and finish as well from Victorinox. Their quality is second to none. I don't know any company that bangs these out in as much sort of quantity as Victorinox do. On the back then, very much the same thing, just minus the shield. You do have this blank plate here where you get something engraved. A lot of the, say for example, the limited editions for the years do have that engraved with a number. So for example, this year had 2024 put in there. But again, you can see the 3 pins which hold it together on the back, all nickel silver. And again, that wonderful ALOX stamped aluminium or ALOX scales. So being a 3-layer, we do have a couple of different tools on here. So we'll start from the front, and this is where really the main difference is. You will notice there is no keyring tab on this one at all. So very comfortable in the hand without that keyring tab digging in. A lot of people have commented saying they don't enjoy the keyring tab on there. Personally, I like it to put the little Victorinox lanyards on there to pull them out of a slip. I never found them too uncomfortable, but definitely the ones I've got without it, which is this one and the Electrician, they do feel a lot more comfortable in hand without that little bit at the back sticking in your palm here. But the main difference this I'll show you really is on the opening layer. Left hand side, very standard, you've got that cap lifter, wire bender and the flathead screwdriver. That's the large flathead screwdriver. Could be used as a small pry bar as well, that little ramp on there. Of course, this one does have a half stop, which is pretty cool. Action on that is fantastic, very snappy, very affirmative on the open and on the close. And then what's different on this left hand side, you have the little pruner blade or the harvester blade like you would get on the Swiss Army 2 instead of the tin opener. You can see the edge on there on that sort of recurved blade, or that sort of hawkbill style blade I should say, razor sharp, perfect for opening packages. And I tell you what, it makes a mean job of the sort of clamshell packaging where you can really get that point in there and work your way around, and it really does a great job of that. Blade length on that then, we are looking at tip to tang, it's looking pretty much about 1.5, pretty much bang on, with a cutting edge of, I mean, can't measure this properly really, but say 1.25 inches. So it's a very small blade, but one that's definitely useful. Maybe if you like, you know, it's called the harvester for a reason. So you're harvesting crops, maybe like cutting the tops off carrots, different bits and pieces like that, cutting stalks off your flowers, pruning. This blade would be excellent for that. You can see you've got the standard style finish on there, which is like that tumbled polished finish. Nice clean nail nick on there as well. Edge perfect as you'd expect from Victorinox. One of the things they do excellent every single time. and a nice snap on the close as well. I say that's about a 5.5 to a 6 on the open and the close. Next up in the center, we have the saw blade. You can see really aggressive teeth on this saw blade. You can definitely get some wood cutting done with this. But of course, this being sort of a satin finish, it is a fingerprint magnet. You can see my fingerprints all on there. But, you know, it's a knife, it's shiny metal, it's going to happen. So that full saw blade, we are looking at just shy of the 3-inch mark, say 2.9. So another UK legal tool there. It's under 3 inches. It folds, it doesn't lock. No issue at all carrying this in the UK. No half stop on this, just a really nice snap. And the thing I really like what Victorinox do about these folding saws is they have a little flat bit at the top here. I don't know if you guys can see that very well. Flat section, and it rests really nice in that middle channel there on that flat bit, just up underneath the blade. If I snap it down, you'll see. And that there stops the teeth of the saw impacting on the back of the knife, which I think is great. Because I do have an older style Wenger which doesn't have that, and then these front teeth here where it hits on that bit have just gone dull. So that's a great thing that Victorinox did. Next up then we have the main blade. Of course, slightly larger than the 91mm model, just purely because of the size. We do have the Victorinox Swiss-made stainless tang stamp, and up with all the ALOX models, it is plain on the reverse. Walk and torque on this is excellent. It's about a 6 to here, and then you get to about the 90 degree, and then you get to about a 7 easy, and then just listen to the snap on that. Wonderful action on this blade. Same sort of semi-polished satin tumbled finish on this. Really, I never know what to call it. It's definitely been tumbled, but it's been polished afterwards. Edge on this, fantastic. Razor sharp out of the box. Wouldn't really expect anything less from Victorinox. I'm only going to accept real perfection from them, because that's what I'm used to. Every knife I've bought has been amazing, and I don't want to get one now that's going to be not as great, and I'd just be sort of let down, but I've never had that happen. But excellent walk and torque. The blade length on this, we have tip to tang of 1 to 2.8 inches, and then a cutting edge of 2.5. So again, making this a very UK legal knife, and a very world legal knife at that. Can really choke up on that ricasso and get a lot of control over that blade, and you do get a decent sized blade with this as well. Really comfortable in the hand. One I would definitely recommend you guys picking up. One thing I might like to see in the future, maybe if they replaced the saw blade with scissors and kept the hawkbill blade, I think that would be pretty cool as well. Maybe even incorporate, maybe they could do something similar to like a Swiss Army knife Stockman, where they could have that little hawk blade here, and then maybe the sheep's foot blade from the electrician on there as well, and just having the main blade. That'd be pretty interesting to see. Wonder if I can get someone to knock up a custom of that. That'd be pretty cool. And then finally on the back we have the inline punch and reamer. You can see the edge on there, not razor sharp to cut yourself, but definitely sharp enough to puncture a hole in leather. Maybe start a pilot hole, bits and pieces like that. So there we go guys, that's my review of the Victorinox Swiss Army 7. I really hope you enjoyed this. Please be sure to like, subscribe and ring that bell for notifications, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.